friends. I'm Prairie Vintage. My name's Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirit, my intuition, and the tarot to communicate energies to you guys. So today's reading is absolutely magical. We are taking a look at what is the universe conspiring or working on for you. Now, this could be something that you're hoping for or have been waiting on or manifesting in your life. Or it could be something that you have no idea is coming in for you, but the universe is conspiring and divine timing is at play. So we'll take a look at what it could be and deliver this message to you today. So 3 options to choose from. Pick your option. Option number 1 is this clear glass paperweight with the trapped air bubbles. Option number 2 is the heart paperweight, beautiful iridescence. And option number 3 is the smoky quartz crystal. So feel free to pause the video because I will not be able to tell you whether you have selected the right option. You'll have to lean in on your intuition. If you're called to more than one option, that's absolutely fine. Always use your intuition. That could just mean multiple messages for you from Spirit for today's reading. And of course, as usual, use your intuition to come up with what you will see, feel, or hear to confirm that indeed this message was meant to find you today. And I will leave the timestamp in the description box and in the pinned comment. It'll take you directly to your pick, and I will see you there. Hello, my gorgeous pile 1. You picked the glass paperweight with the controlled air bubbles. Beautiful. Let's get into your reading, shall we? So I pre-shuffle the oracle cards. I've not looked at them. I will ask that you use your intuition to come up with what you will see, feel, or hear. That will confirm to you that indeed this is your message. Otherwise, there is no way for me to tell whether you've tapped into the right energy frequency. All right, so as long as it resonates for you, then the message was meant to find you. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you stumble across this video, the message was meant to find you as long as it resonates. Now, I have asked Spirit to communicate to you what is the universe conspiring, working on in divine timing for you. What sort of plan is about to unfold? What are you manifesting? So this could certainly be something you are expecting or manifesting actively, or it could be something that you have no idea that is coming in, but it's certainly being worked on by the universe for you. So we'll see if we can get some timing as well, although with energy, timing is usually very challenging to pinpoint, although this is the energy that you're encompassing right here, right now. All right, so let's take a look. Ooh, we have the Dark Night of the Soul, number 42, or the number 6. You are in the midst of a spiritual awakening. Powerful. We have healing. Well, that certainly goes hand in hand with the spiritual awakening and the Dark Night of the Soul. Looks like bellflowers. And we have limitless. See yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone. That's beautiful. All these hands releasing butterflies. Let's see, how many do we have here? 8. So 8 butterflies, 8 sets of hands. 8 could be significant. 8 is the Strength card in the tarot. It's all about willpower and looking within. Okay, facing our fears as well. So we have Uranus with change, number 25, or the number 7. Uranus rules Aquarius, so that might be significant in your energy or your birth chart, or just energy around you as a whole. Move that down here. And we have 4 tea leaves. We have teapot. Deep friendships with someone of the same sex. Interesting. We have happiness. All the doves. 6 doves, and the sun. Looks like the sun. And we have success. Beautiful. Happiness and success. Wow. And we have rooster. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Okay. Interesting. Don't pay no mind to the words at the bottom here. We're going to more pick up energy as a whole for this reading. All right. We have Into Me I See, number 8 coming out. Again, the 8. Intimacy. Into Me I See. Huge. And we see the star there with Aquarius coming through again. And some wings, which could represent the butterfly we were seeing, although it does kind of, I don't know, they're like, they're reminding me of a peacock's tail in some way. Into Me I See. Okay. We have willingness. You are able to compromise if the end result is love. We have surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's message about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. Great advice. We have divine masculine with the number 22 or the number 4. The frequency of divine masculine supports our strong, focused, and active side, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. Okay, we have surrender. You're being asked to let go of your need to control each part of your life and surrender to the universe. Control is an illusion and it's exhausting to try to hold on to it. Let it go and allow yourself to enjoy the relief that comes from doing so. And we have focus. You're being asked to shift your focus away from what isn't working and toward what is. Paying extra attention to where you place your focus is the first step towards creating an amazing life. Okay, I want to have room here for the tarot, so I will put this down here. I have to do that. Okay. Let me see if I'm in frame. Good enough. Okay, let's pull some tarot. We're going to ask Spirit for a clear and concise message here for pile 1. What is the universe working on in divine timing for pile 1? What is the universe conspiring to arrange here in divine timing for pile 1? Thank you, Spirit, for the greatest and highest good. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message. Thank you so, so much. And thank you so much, pile 1, for allowing me to tap into your energy and the energy around you at this time. I am truly blessed. Thank you. All right. We have the World card. No, I'm sorry. This is Judgment 20. Interesting. Okay, we have Judgment. 8 of Feathers, which is the 8 of Swords. We have the World card. Interesting. So we had Judgment and the World. Those are cards that are in succession in the tarot and the major arcana. The World comes after the Judgment. And we have the Moon card. And you see the crab here, which could signify Cancer. It could be a Pisces or a Cancer for confirmation for some of you guys. Now, I just want to make sure the 8 of Feathers here. Give me a second. Since since this is a new deck, I just want to make sure that that indeed is swords. It is coming through as swords energetically. Yes, suit of air. It's not feathers, although they're represented by feathers. So that is 8 of air, 8 of swords. Okay. Pile 1. Give me a minute to tap into this energy. Well, this is quite a big message here for you guys, and it's not going to resonate for everybody. You have been triggered in some way by someone, I feel, into a spiritual awakening, into taking a deep look at yourself, taking a look at your shadows, taking a look at your way of life, who you are, your authenticity. So I feel like you're amidst a huge shift, and I don't know what part you're at right now. You could have gone through the worst of it with the dark night of the soul. Okay, the dark night of the soul is also, could be called the ego death, where we are amidst our spiritual awakening and we're shedding old parts of ourselves that have been conditioned, have been shoved down our subconscious. So we could certainly be coming out of a dark night of the soul, or potentially amidst this chaotic sort of energy. And it's chaotic because we do not see where we're headed. We do not see the light. All we experience is, well, suffering, because the dark night of the soul is not fun. Okay, so as we go through a dark night of the soul, we are encouraged to work with our energy and allow ourselves to surrender to what is, although sometimes it could be quite painful because the ego will fight tooth and nail to stay alive and maintain itself through our mind, through our beliefs. And so our mind might be playing tricks on us, telling us one thing and going against what our body is trying to go through, and our soul, our spirit, is trying to release us, trying to bring us back to our authentic self. So I feel like for this group, because we did a reading not too long ago where we got the dark night of the soul, could be the same group coming back here again. So I don't feel like this would be a huge surprise to you already. Okay, you are experiencing some situation here where you had an encounter, and I do feel it is with another, which generally we can call this a twin flame sort of experience, but you don't have to label it as such. But it doesn't have to be someone of the same sex, but I feel like you're encountering your same soul. Okay, your same soul, because twin flames are cut from the same source soul. I mean, we're all from the same source when you break it down, but from the same stream of energy here when it comes to soul. You have encountered, and with the lovers here, somebody here who has triggered your awakening. Okay, so this sort of triggering has left you kind of in a tailspin. But I feel like what happens throughout this whole process is a whole bunch of healing. But you could certainly be experiencing a lot of confusion and a whole lot of not seeing the light, not knowing what this is for, not certain what you're supposed to be doing, not sure, because again, this does not come with a sort of instruction booklet, what you're supposed to be working on. Now, you don't have to be the divine masculine here. In fact, I don't feel you are, but whatever you're resonating with energetically, I feel like there's an energy that you are currently detaching from, allowing yourself to surrender. And this is the energy of needing to control or needing to understand a result or needing to sort of guide yourself in a way that your mind or ego can make sense of, which again is still the part of the ego that needs to dissolve in some way. So Spirit is asking here that when you go through this process, which is a series of steps, you're going to be going through, the shift here is going to be one that frees you from your limitation, because right now there is fear, and the fear is really the unknown. Like, what is this all for? What sort of demons, shadows, unconscious sort of things are we going to be uncovering here? Because it could certainly be very scary, and subconsciously our body or ego will fight this, and it keeps us 8 of Swords. Okay, so it limits us, it doesn't allow for growth. And I feel as though what Spirit is saying here is what the universe is conspiring is you coming to the final conclusion of this sort of phase, the phase where you're maybe in deep sort of exploration of yourself, and you might really be completely lost right now. You might not see the way out. You might not see the light. And I feel what Spirit is communicating is that the minute you allow yourself to just surrender and accept what is happening here and energetically, is when you will start to get more grounded. You'll start to feel oneness within yourself. You'll start to allow things to naturally unfold, which brings you a sense of confidence. It also brings you a sense of peace. It also aligns you closer to your authentic self. And in doing this, you're then able to receive the next phase here of your spiritual awakening. So this is a major change, but the universe is conspiring and working with you. And I feel like it has been quite scary at times, not knowing, not seeing, working with the subconscious. Okay. And when we resist, because there is a lack of understanding, it could be more painful than it needs to be. And we could get fixated on what isn't working or the things that are making us feel not good. So you're being asked to focus. Just focus on how you feel and allow everything else to kind of detach. Just be very aware of how you're feeling in the moment, okay? And if your mind is getting in the way, allow yourself to release those thoughts. Now you can certainly let them come in, and then don't get lost in them. Release them and continue on with how you're feeling. So try to stay in tune with feeling more so than what your thoughts are about, because your thoughts are going to want to take you down a different road. So the focus here should really be, paying attention to how you're feeling, but also not paying attention to what isn't working in the practical world, because there's something here not working. And it could certainly be with whatever friendship you have developed here with somebody, okay? But at the end of the day, what's happening is that you are being aligned to manifest the greatest version of yourself, which you can't ask for anything greater than this, okay? And I feel like what Spirit wants you to, with this rooster here, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. I feel that there is a part of your ego that is still getting in the way here of a full transformation, if you will, a full ability for you to be vulnerable with self, for you to detach completely from an old egoic sort of energy that is still within you in some way. So I'm going to ask for a little bit more and see because we do see this huge conclusion here with the Judgment in the world. This is successfully completing a process. Now, as you know, spiritual awakening doesn't necessarily conclude, but what does happen is we start to transform from one phase of our spiritual awakening to another phase, and we could successfully understand and feel what the whole significance is within us, that we find an inner peace, and we're able to move on to the next phase of our growth. And maybe you've been stuck in your energy for some time. Maybe you've been, you know, quite lost. Maybe it's been up and down, or one step forward and two steps back, and not being able to get to kind of the promised land of where you're wanting to go. So this is a clear message here that you are about to wrap up whatever this cycle is. But I do feel there is one sort of thing here that Spirit's been working with you on, and it's completely surrendering a big part of your ego, which is coming from the mind needing to know or needing to control. So I think this message is also very significant. Listen to your body's message about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you're energized and happy, move forward. So it's like being present, trusting what's going on in the right here, right now, not getting too far ahead, thinking about what will happen in the future or what has happened. Allow yourself to feel. Do not get stuck with engaging or entertaining any parts of any situation that may make you feel like you're being treated in a way that doesn't make you feel good, okay? So you are a master of your own ship. You're able to partake with whatever you want. You're not being pushed to do anything. And why this happens is to bring us closer to our authentic self. And while we're in it, we might be cursing, you know, the divine, not wanting to experience such pain and such sort of experience, not seeing what it's for. And once you get to the world, you're understanding what it was all for. You find an inner sense of peace. You can certainly find that grounded feeling and understand the bigger meaning behind all of this process, so to speak, which does bring you some comfort. Okay, we're asking Spirit for a little bit more here for pile 1. What is this all about? So pile 1 can get a better understanding. So we have, well, this is the devil. This is the devil. Or is this, yeah, okay, the devil. Interesting. The 8 of Wands. Okay. And we have the Ace of Swords, truth, clarity. And we have the 4 of Swords. I don't know if I said Ace of Wands. Ace of Swords, 4 of Swords. Sorry, new deck, and some of these cards are difficult to tell. Seer of Water. This is the King of Cups. King of Cups. Okay. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces coming through again. I gotta take a look at this. I'm sorry, because I do want to see. It's not feeling devilly to me. Not feeling devilly to me, but that doesn't mean that it's not the devil. It is the devil. Okay, it's called the Bind. Let's read this. I'm being called to read this. The Bind. The Bind knows that it is time to cut through resistance and restriction, to ask what it is that you are grasping for, and to consider to what you might be holding on to too tightly. How can you loosen your grip? Work with your breath to help you create space as you cleanse the energetic web that surrounds you. Gently shake your hands and feet, hips and head to relax the body and soften the mind. Feel your beating heart and take solace in the resonant beauty? Can you connect more intimately to its perfect wholeness, to the consummate truth that you are here to discover, the treasure that is you? When you choose to live from the intuitive wisdom of your heart, you begin to understand that there is only the illusion of despair. Shed any sense of limitation. Root yourself in your life's force, your connection to spirit, to the spiral path of transformation. The gift of the bind can be found when you realize that only you have the power to free yourself. Only you can transform the chains that have bound you. Transformation, Capricorn. I choose from, in choosing to live from my heart, I transform the chains that bind me. Okay, everything's kind of coming together here. Limitless, okay. You are a limitless being. There is no restriction. There is nothing binding you. You might feel as though you are being sort of held back by something. I feel like the thoughts are still kind of there, playing tricks, okay, and that was what we were reading. So back that I was talking about embracing a truth, and the truth, you can see fingerprints all over this. The truth is felt and not seen with the mind, okay, because there is, now this is about intelligence, the air, the suit of air. Intelligence comes with a feeling and a knowing. And I feel like this truth is wanting to be seen. I feel like the truth is wanting to come forward to provide you with some clarity, okay? But I think what you're maybe used to in regards to what a truth is maybe seeing it with your mind, seeing it with your eyes. And when we go through a spiritual awakening, whatever we believe to be true is actually flipped on its side. Everything has to be questioned, and a truth could certainly be felt now and not seen with our eyes. And so to start to view the world from a different sort of way takes time. It takes time to transform. It takes time to shift. It takes time for us to trust our own intuition, to trust that a truth can be felt and not necessarily seen, okay? So I feel there is a truth here, and it's bringing you closer to your authentic self, and the universe is wanting to bring you closer to a truth. But I feel you're resisting, and it's natural when we're going through a dark night of the soul, sometimes to resist what we don't know, what we don't see. We were seeing the 8 of Swords, and strength was coming up a lot with the number 8, which is all about us having to face our fear and allowing ourselves to essentially explore freely inside ourselves without restriction and limitation and a sense of holding back, okay? So I feel like there is definite progress that is happening here with the 8 of Wands. I feel as though things are going to be moving forward, that wherever you felt stuck, you're no longer going to be so stuck, because you come to an understanding here that you have the key to free yourself from your own mind. And the reason you're stuck kind of in mind is because of old way of being. You know, if for however many years you've been alive, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, you've always been in the mind, to start to reprogram how you think, how you perceive is a huge transformation, and that's what you're amidst. So we have the 4 of Air, which is all about that reflecting, healing, going through the dark night of the soul, and we're contemplating, but we're sitting with the pains that we've experienced of the past, of the 3 of Swords, and we're sitting with the truth, because the truth is always there, which is the Ace of Swords. The truth is there within us. It's waiting to be uncovered, waiting for us to surrender to a form of the truth. So we see this Seer of Water, which is the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is the king in all of the tarot that is the most in touch with his emotions, that can go to the depths of emotion. So I feel like there is something here with needing to really dig into our emotions and our feelings. And I feel as though with this Into Me I See, it might be very challenging to be vulnerable, to be exposed, to be in a King of Cups energy if we've never been able to explore the depths of our feelings, the depths of our emotions, especially if we're carrying divine masculine energy, okay? And this does not, again, have to be your gender. It's just an energy that we can sit in for most of our life. And divine masculine isn't the type of energy that is completely in tune with feelings, isn't completely in tune with intimacy and being receptive in the same way divine feminine would be. So this is quite the work, okay, to become vulnerable, to become exposed, to become intimate with self. And the only way we're able to become intimate and vulnerable with others, to find a true sense of deep love, is to find it within ourselves, or else we only experience surface to the level that we understand ourselves, okay? So if we understand ourselves to a certain level, then we're only able to love to a certain level. We cannot love to the depths of how we're supposed to really be engaged with the true blessings that life wants to give to us. And it is limitless. There is no limit here, okay? So we might be learning unconditional love for self, okay? But what this card here, the willingness, you're able to compromise is an end. You are able to compromise if the end result is love. I feel as though everything is going to be coming back to, can you love unconditionally yourself? Can you love unconditionally from a space of acceptance and self-worth, so much so that now you're able to pour that outwards into your environment, into other people? The end result, when we break it all down, has to be love, because if it's anything else, it comes from ego. So once we strip it all away, we're left with an unconditional love of self, and then we're able to receive and give love from a very deep place, okay? So this is what you're being bestowed with, is a deep sense of being able to love self, understand self, be vulnerable with self, so that you are able to experience life with others and all people in your life to a very deep space that you have not been able to explore up until now. And this is massive change, okay? So maybe you haven't been able to explore this part of yourself or with another, okay? For sure not with another if you haven't been able to explore it within yourself. And the dark night of the soul strips away all of the limitations that have been put in place. External conditions and whatever sort of, conditioning beliefs that we might have had could certainly get in the way. Okay, so we had a whole bunch of cards come out. I was going to read final words here, so let's see before we wrap up. So we have Temperance. I believe this is Temperance. Hang on, let me see. Sorry, new cards again. It is Temperance. I call it Balance here. Just want to make sure the gist of this one is, I integrate the internal and external so that I can sing the song for my soul. Okay, so yes, we have traditional Temperance. Temperance is about healing. Temperance is all about alchemizing. So our inner world is now adjusting to our outer world, and we're now having to find a sense of balance because we can't be completely in our mind. We're going to have to find a sense of balance. We have the Three of Wands, expansion. We have, this is the Empress. So now we have divine masculine and divine feminine. Beautiful. We have the Scout of Fire, which is the Knight of Fire, Knight of Wands. Beautiful. Look at this card. Scout of Fire, Knight of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Lovers. We have the Sun. Wow. Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine with the Sun coming out. We have the Three of Cups. We have the Two of Wands and we have the Ten of Swords. Okay, so let me just tap into what Spirit is trying to communicate here for you. So I'm getting a very strong energy of the choice being in your hands, the choice being in your hands to where you want to direct yourself. And I'm also getting an energy here of allowing yourself to open up to the heart space in a way that has not been explored yet. So I think the message is Spirit wanting you to know that if you're resisting, then there's suffering. So do not resist heart opening, but that you still have choice, and you have choice as to how and what direction you want to invest your sort of love towards. This isn't something that you are being forced to do. This is something that you still have choice to make here. You can choose who you want to be with. You can choose whether you want to give love or not give love. But the point that I think Spirit is wanting to make is to not resist opening a vulnerable self, to understand your authentic self to the deepest degree, so that you are capable of expressing and sharing and expanding yourself towards love. So the Ten of Swords, this is an interesting Ten of Swords, a Ten of Air. I'm seeing the Nine Swords, which is all about anxiety. It is the dark night of the soul. When we get Nine Swords, it's sleepless nights. We can't eat. We're kind of in our head and we're stuck. And this wolf dog is standing on one feather of truth. Again, the Ace of Swords. It's like the clarity. So I think Spirit is really communicating some sort of understanding truth that's going to set you free from the anxiety that you're feeling in your life. That this truth of getting aligned with your authentic self has nothing to do with anybody else, but you have the choice to free yourself from pain. You have the choice to work with yourself, allow yourself to flow in a way that isn't resistance, because it causes more anxiety. And you might feel like you're not resisting, but if we're feeling pain, if we're still feeling a lot of pain, we could be hanging on to something that we should be kind of allowing ourselves to let go of. I feel there is a balancing happening right now between your feminine, your masculine energy, and certainly around the heart with unconditional love, love of self, self-worth. And I feel like there is a need to come to that full understanding, to get enlightened around what does full love of self mean. And you have a choice here after you experience this sort of dark night of the soul and this unconditional love of self to choose where you want to apply this. It is quite powerful, because then you hold the power towards who you want to engage with, who you want to hang out with, who you want to let into your life, who you don't want to let in, that sort of thing. So you might be fixated and focused on your life as it is now, maybe the people in your life right now, maybe your friends, maybe you're in a relationship of sorts, or thinking about somebody here, and it has you kind of stuck. So I feel like there's a need for you to not get stuck, not be waiting, find a way for you to move forward towards allowing yourself to naturally go through a process of release, detox, understanding self-love, self-worth. Whatever is meant for you does not weigh a thing, and it will be there for you. There is no need to force, chase, hang on to, coerce, convince anyone or anything of love. Okay, so I feel like there is a greater truth that you're embarking on, which we keep talking about here. And that's what the universe is really working on with you. And once you balance masculine, feminine energies and become very clear about your self-worth and unconditional love and what this means, then this frees you to move forward and decide your path, your future, and you're kind of on the next phase of the spiritual awakening. Because again, spiritual awakening does not end, but you choose your dharma path, what you're meant to do, who you're meant to engage with, because now it's coming from a place of conscious awareness. You're now deciding, you're not sleeping, you're not just doing the motions, you're now very actively engaged with consciously making a decision around who you're around and what you want to do and where you want to focus and where you want to spend your time and commit yourself to, because you have value of self and you have understood the parts of yourself that are very much worthy of being appreciated in your environment. So that is the environment you will find yourself surrounded by once you start resonating in that energy. So this was a deep reading. Like I said, it wasn't for everyone. There was a lot coming through. So I hope this helped you guys. Congratulations on your wrapping up of this journey. I know it's probably been very challenging. I do see a lot of healing still happening for you, but I feel like the thick of it is most likely behind you. As long as you keep yourself kind of in check and monitoring whether you are in mind or if you are allowing your feelings to shine through and releasing any sort of attachment to something or hanging on to something. So if you feel pain, that means there's resistance. Okay, so I love you very much. If you're drawn to another pile, I will see you there, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 2. You picked the iridescent art glass paperweights. Beautiful. I love this because it reminds me of a peacock's tail, and I absolutely love iridescent colors. Okay, so we are looking at the oracle that I pre-shuffled, have not looked at, and what we asked Spirit was to give you a sneaky peek as to what the universe is conspiring, working on here in divine timing just for you. So it could be something you're actively trying to manifest right now and you're fully aware of it, but you're not sure if it's coming. Or it could just be a surprise here that, everything that comes before you is something you've manifested in one way or another, but maybe you're subconsciously aware that you're manifesting this. Either way, we're going to look at what is coming with divine timing here, or at least what is energetically how it's sitting right now as to something the universe is conspiring to bring forward. Please use your intuition to what you're going to see, feel, or hear, because I cannot confirm to you that this is indeed your message unless you resonate, and that is the best way to develop your intuition, is to pick sort of what you will be experiencing so that you can indeed know this message was meant for you. All right, so let's take a look. Ooh, 676 with soulmate. I was about to read that backwards. This relationship is a match made in heaven. Wow, okay. Number 13. 13 is the death card in the tarot, which is all about transformation. So interesting. Maybe there's huge transformation here in your love life. Soulmates could certainly be anybody who brings us a sort of lesson in life, although I am feeling from this card that this might be more of the romantic sort of soulmate. We will see as we continue to unfold the message. We have boundaries. Okay. And we have the eye, which always gives me intuition with the flames. A hand with the stop. Okay. We have divine love. When you offer everything to the divine with detachment, you begin a love affair with spirit. Are we having a love affair with spirits? Is this our soulmates? Let's see. That would be cruel, universe. All right, Saturn, structure, 24. Or the number 6, which is the lovers, again, in the tarot. And Saturn rules Capricorn and Aquarius, which could be significant energy that's around you or in your birth chart. Structure. Okay. Saturn is all about discipline, and having gone through yeah, quite the climbing of the hill, maybe to get to where you need to be. Discipline, determination. We have caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. We're getting transformation from the death here. Caterpillar is not quite a butterfly yet. Okay. We have purse. Pay attention to your finances. Okay. We don't need to put too much weight in the word so much as the energy that we will get out of this card. We have skull. Hidden secrets can harm you. This is giving me the whole death from the number 13 there. Skull. We have peacock. Beware of great pride. Well, it's certainly feeling peacock here. Here's a peacock from the iridescence in your stone. So let's put this peacock. Look how beautiful it is. Sorry, I'm showing off my labradorite peacock. Beware of great pride. Okay. Let's keep going. We have the rose's kiss with number 9. 9 could be the hermit card in the tarot, which is Virgo. The rose's kiss. We have evolution. You realize that obstacles are merely lessons on your path to love. Surrender to silence. In quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within you. Silence can heal and replenish you. We have passion, 34. Or the number 7, the frequency of passion, reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. Passion. It's giving me a lot of fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sag. Keep going. It may feel as though you've been on this path or journey for so long, and you may even wonder if you're making any progress toward your dreams. This message is a loving reminder for you to keep going. You're almost there. Not quite there, but we're almost there. Certainly feel that. Listen. You're being asked to listen to your inner voice. It's been guiding you to do something or say something, and it's time to act on its wisdom. Okay. There's action you're needing to take. Let's pull the, I do want a little bit more space here for the tarot, so I'm going to put that there. And make some adjustments so that we can pull the tarot. Okay, so let's ask Spirit for a clear and concise message for pile number 2, Spirit. Please protect me as I channel this message, and pile number 2 as I deliver the message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. What is the universe preparing, conspiring for pile number 2? Thank you so, so much. And thank you so much, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy. I'm so blessed. Thank you so, so much. All right, so we have temperance. It's not called temperance in this deck, but it is the temperance card, and the definition is in line with the temperance. We have the 3 of swords, or the 3 of air. We have, ooh, this is a special card here, and this is coming home to self. This is kind of like being in tune with your authentic self. And I don't know what this card is called. I think it's your inner, let's see. It is the sacred cosmic self. Well, I might as well read it for you guys, although I did read this in the reveal of these tarot cards. When darkness holds the space for light, and light rejoices in darkness, it is time for you to make your way home. It is time to return to the inner sweetness of your child self. Open your heart to the wisdom and the divine magic that you are connected to something that is beyond, but that is also within. Surrender any pain or shame or doubt, for these are simply illusions. Lift your face to the stars and remember that you are the invocation. You are the blessing. You are the sacred light. I am the blessing. I am the sacred light. Wow. Okay, and we'll pull one more. one more. All right, that one went flying. We have the Seer of Water. This is the King of Cups. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. This king loves the deepest, very emotionally mature. Okay, so pile 2. What is going on? Well, I feel like there's been a battle of endurance, something that has been taking its time, and you could very well be trying to manifest a relationship with someone that's been a struggle, trying to find some sort of love, some sort of relationship within your life that I feel brings you a sense of peace. And for a lot of you guys, you might have already kind of given up here, but I feel like you've suffered a lot of pain. You've suffered heartache. You've suffered separation, and have gone through what that is all about. But I feel like what you learned from this whole experience here was a way to take the pain and transmute this into an energy of you getting closer to who you are, your divine love of self, your ability to work with spirit. But what spirit is saying here is that you are actually manifesting great love into your life. And spirit wants you to remain sort of in an energy here that is receptive and open to receiving love into your life. And although you might not see it coming, you might be not even focused on this, because I feel at one point maybe you were, or maybe at one point here there was another energy that you were sort of hanging on to, or investing in. And what spirit is saying is that have hope, but allow yourself to be receptive and open to what spirit is bringing, because spirit is bringing exactly what it is that you're wanting to bring into your life. Now, if you are feeling as though you're more, because we have your purse, pay attention to your finances. I don't really feel finance so much as I feel there is something you're hanging on to in some way as some sort of security. And you might have a boundary up, or you might be lacking a boundary, but I feel like you might be blocking something here. Yeah, I still feel there's a sort of a block here, because there's some sort of security that I think you might still be hanging on to, and that might be getting in the way of a manifestation of love that's coming towards you. So with this, you realize that obstacles are merely lessons on your path to love. I feel like you're not wanting to experience what you've experienced because of the pain that you've endured. And this endurance test, like I said, has been pretty painful in the past. So you're avoiding, I feel, having to go through something like this. But I feel like what spirit is showing is that you're not going to have to go through lessons you've already learned. But if we have a block here in a way, if we're hanging on to a sort of a clutch here in a way to not have to experience something because we've been traumatized, or we've been fresh in our mind, we still remember the pain, then we start to have this energy of resistance around us that doesn't allow for love to kind of flow, that doesn't allow for raw passion to flow out of us. So you might have a hold on your passion. You might be held back in some way. You might be not allowing yourself to understand that you have learned whatever lessons you're needing to learn here. But it's time for you now to allow yourself to be raw, and also allow yourself to know that you have the wisdom here of an experience that won't bring you the same pains and experience here that you might have suffered in the past, because you are being asked to listen to what your inner self is trying to tell you. And I feel it's trying to tell you something right now. And for all of you guys, it could be slightly different, but I think it wants you to let go of something. I think it wants you to be raw. I think it wants you to release something in order for your trueness to come out. And I think you've been putting a hold on it, or just kind of holding it back, or restraining yourself is what I feel. And the restraining is maybe a trigger because of a pain that you've experienced. But Spirit wants you to not be restrained, not limit yourself. Know that whatever you've experienced, you have wisdom to not have to suffer, but also to keep going in a raw, authentic self, vulnerable to what you're being exposed to here in order for great love to come in. I feel like there is luck and abundance coming towards you that I don't think you can even explain here in these cards. That is absolutely beautiful. But I think you've done so much work on self that you don't want to lose this or gain, lose ground. If you've gained ground in your healing, you might feel like in order for you to keep going would be to shut out any sort of person that, I don't know, that might be trying to bring in something here that you're not quite sure. You're not quite sure. Is this a soulmate? Is this a spiritual love? And then we resist this because we might have experienced pains. So we're going to ask Spirit for a little bit more because I'm not quite sure completely what we're seeing here and why we're seeing this. So Spirit, what is the universe conspiring here for pile number 2? Okay, we have the Four of Wands. Oh my goodness, you guys, Four of Wands. This is union. This is my twin flame card, coming together, marriage, stability, celebration. This is a rite of passage. Okay, it's a significant milestone here in our development. So something you've been working on here with the honeybee, I feel like something you've been energetically working on for a long time is coming into manifestation for you. Now, is it coming in the form that you expect? I don't know, but I feel like it's coming exactly as you've been trying to manifest. And I do feel it could be a soulmate, a person, a divine love coming in here for you with this beautiful Four of Wands. Here we have the Temperance again. Your ability to transmute pain, suffering, what you've experienced, into now how do you engage with other people? How do you now take what you've learned and represent yourself in an authentic way that is still passionate, that's still open and vulnerable, because if we resist, if we pull away because we've experienced pain, now we're not authentic. We're not confronting the universe in a way or others in order to bring in authentic being. So you're being asked to reevaluate how you're showing up here. We have the Scout of Water. This is the Knight of Cups. Oh my goodness. This is romance. This is romantic love, being offered a cup of love, expression, emotion, raw emotion. So I feel like this is energy coming towards you. I don't feel like you're coming. I feel like you're reserved and held back and restricted in some way. And I feel there's a cup of love coming towards you. You might be hesitant and resistant. The Four of Air. This is the Four of Swords because of your healing, because you've experienced the Three of Air, which is the Three of Swords. But now we're sitting with the truth. And the truth is, what is it that you really wanted to manifest in the first place? There was a love. There was a divine sort of energy about having to love another in an unconditional way to bring in love. But I feel like if we've experienced pain and suffering, we might be now avoidant of some sort of truth that's trying to come in here. And we have the High Priestess with the yin and yang, which is the shadow and the light, the male and female attributes. I'm going to read this one because there might be something here that gives us some insight. It is called the Oracle. Oh, wait. I was reading it wrong. What is this? Maybe this is Two of Pentacles. Well, I opened this for a reason. I do want to read this. And look, we have a peacock Oh my goodness. Okay, synchronistic. Let's read this and then we'll get into the Two of Pentacles. So the Oracle is a keeper of sacred mysteries that exists beyond language, that live at the source of our collective wisdom. The Oracle is here to teach you to have reverence for all things that and all beings. In reverence, you can begin to recognize that you are always in the presence of the sacred. The Oracle guards the gateway to this understanding, for it knows that the sacred dwells within. Rest easy in their presence and their willingness to protect this ancient truth. Take heed of their encouragement to trust in your intuition and your dreams. For when you tune into this divine space of inner knowing, you cultivate your own wisdom and keep peace. Know that the Oracle is full of love for you, the muddied waters and the glowing lotus parts of you. Let the Oracle be your healing guide as you journey through the integral moments of human experience. May they help shepherd you through the darkness and into the light. In reverence, I recognize that I am always in the presence of the sacred. Okay, let's see the Two of Pentacles. Well, it's not Pentacles in this book. Sorry, this is the joys of having a new deck that doesn't stick to traditional suits. But okay, so here we have steady on the branch. You trust in the lightness of your own being, balancing the internal and external, the lightning, bright hope, and the fear that lives in the dark corners. You cultivate resilience and stability. Here you begin to understand that you are in co-creation with all parts of yourself. Body, mind, and spirit work together, ready to evolve as you adapt to whatever the world presents. Make time for play so that you can attune your efforts around your work and stay connected to your joyful essence. Know that what happens to be separate, self, and other are transformed through your growing awareness that all are one. Attunement. I make time for play so that I can attune my efforts around my work and stay connected to my joyful essence. Wow. Okay. Pile number 2. You're being gifted. What's the manifestation? Love is coming your way, and it could be in form of a person, okay? It doesn't have to be for all of you guys. If the joy here was being interconnected to spirit in some divine way that you haven't experienced before, but I do feel for a lot of you guys it's coming in way of a person. And this love is being offered to you, but I feel like there is a sort of resistance within you and a need for you to allow yourself to tap back into that sort of child innocence that you have within you, to allow yourself to release passions, to allow yourself to have a sense of taking what you've learned, the wisdom of what you learned, and transmuting, alchemizing that into a self in which is ready to receive, a self that is open and receptive, a self that has been healed, a self that has gone through an experience but is able to embrace a truth here, okay, and choose that for yourself. Allow yourself to choose this for yourself. Because I feel like with me reading that, the High Priestess, which is that peacock card we were reading, I feel as though there is an intuitive knowing that you've had here all along about what it is that you truly desire, what you truly passionately call for, what you really want for yourself. And you might now be hesitant or refrained from allowing this into your life because of an experience that might have humbled you in some way or made you believe maybe that wasn't, meant for you in some way, but it is meant for you, this great, deep sort of unconditional love. The relationship is a match made in heaven. This is coming through. And look, the peacock here, beware of great pride. We can have pride in self in a way that is destructive, that may be a part of our ego, because again, even if we've gone through spiritual awakenings or we've shed with our pride in some way, we still might be hanging on to parts of ourself that still have pride. And pride could be in the shadow aspect, a part of us that doesn't allow us to be receptive, to allow things to happen, because sometimes we could fail, but if we don't try, we won't know. And we could be not wanting to fail because we've experienced failure, or we thought we experienced failure in something that was painful, so we avoid. Okay, so don't let pride get in the way of what you are being gifted. Don't push it away. Don't block it away. Here's the intuition again with the passion, the fire, and the eye of the intuition. There's something you're passionately calling towards you. You're wanting towards you, but you're also blocking it subconsciously without realizing, okay? You're being asked to listen to your inner voice. It's been guiding you to do something or say something, and it's time to act on its wisdom. Keep going. All right, pile number 2. I hope this resonated for you, and if you're drawn to another pile, I will see you there. Bye. Hello, my beautiful. Pile number 3, you picked the smoky quartz crystal. Beautiful. I love this stone. Let us take a look at what Spirit is wanting to communicate to you in regards to what the universe is conspiring or working on for you in divine timing. So what exactly is this? Is this something that you're expecting, been actively manifesting, consciously aware of, or is this something you're manifesting on the subconscious that you're not aware of that is coming towards you in some way? Either way, we're going to see what this is and maybe why it's taking some time to manifest, or maybe it's something that just falls in your lap. Who knows? But use your intuition to feel, see, or hear something that will confirm to you that indeed this is your message. All right. Now, all my readings are timeless. So whenever you came across this video, the message was meant to find you, as long as you resonate with the message. So we have 43 with education. Education is an important part of your soul's development at this time. Or the number 7. We have birth. Wow. We have reframe. This is happening for me, not to me. Right action. Aperigria literally means let everything that wants to go, go, and everything that wants to come, come. Okay. We have South Node with past. I have not seen this card. Beautiful. 33, or the number 6. South Node with past. Okay. We have dog. Protection from a powerful friend. Now, you don't have to take the words below literally. It's more the energy we're picking up with these tea leaves. Chair empty. Someone is leaving your life. Forest, muddled, unclear thinking. And diamond, you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. Okay, we have opening to discovery, 34, with the key and the keyhole. Look at that, all the stars. Stars could represent Aquarius if you're connecting with an Aquarius. 43 and 34, mirrored numbers. Wow, you guys might be seeing a lot of mirrored numbers, or 43, 34 could be significant. Or the number 7. 7 is the chariot, which is all about movement, success. Okay, we have commitment. You dedicate yourself to your beliefs wholeheartedly, knowing that love is the essence of your very being. Surrender worry. Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that Spirit is guiding you always. Make a commitment. Right beside commitment. Crown chakra, number 7, coming out. Again, 7. Now we have 777. The frequency of crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. Healing. Your body, mind, and soul are in a period of deep healing right now. You're going through many transformations at once, and you're being asked to allow yourself to receive the healing you need with open arms and an open heart. And fresh start. You're being given the opportunity to begin again. Allow yourself to embrace this new life, birth, and open up fully to this gift that you've been given. Gift. You're receiving a precious gift. Oh my goodness, you guys. Lots of synchronicities in this reading. This is feeling a lot like pile 1 in some way. I don't know if you're in the sort of energy more advanced or behind, but let's see. We'll pull some tarot. to get a little bit more information in regards to pile number. What I am going to do is slide this here so that we can get more space here for the tarot. Okay, so Spirit, can we get more information, clarity for pile number 3 in regards to what is the universe preparing for pile number 3? What is the universe conspiring to prepare in divine timing for pile 3 for the greatest and highest good? Clear and concise message, please. Thank you so, so much. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message. And thank you so much, pile number 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy. All right, so we have the Emperor, divine masculine energy, Aries energy. We have the Hierophant. Well, this probably is not called the Hierophant in the book. This is a new tarot pack for me, so I am being called to read what this one is about. But this is the traditional Hierophant in the major arcana. The Seven of... This is the Chariot. This is the Chariot. Okay, wow. 3 major arcana, and we have the Ace of Wands. Okay. And look, we have the infinity symbol, and that isn't in all the cards, but you got 2 cards with the infinity symbol. And in the traditional tarot, the infinity symbol is in the Strength card, which is all about facing our fears and our willpower. Okay, so this is called the Teacher. Interesting. And you got Education. We're learning a lesson here. Okay, so the teacher. The teacher shepherds you towards a deeper understanding of the transformative power of knowledge. Your thinking brain receives input from external influences, familial, societal, political, spiritual, that creates a web of information in which you can sometimes get stuck, unable to differentiate between what others believe to be true and what resonates within you as truth. With the teacher, you are a guide. You learn how to fix your attention to the concepts and ideas that sustain and support your growth. Root yourself in your desire to know the world around you. But remember that the transformation of knowledge into wisdom can only come from opening your heart. Trust in your intuition. Take your seat there. Allow yourself to be vulnerable, to question, to honestly listen to that quiet inner voice without judgment. When you meet all your relationships from this intuitive space, you'll infinitely expand the potential for exquisitely beautiful and wise alliances. The teacher reconnects you to a universal consciousness that unifies all beings and all things. This consciousness lights up the world with the infinite flame of love, for the deepest truth is grounded in love, and the deepest form of wisdom dwells in the compassionate heart. That was very, very deep. Very deep. And I'm sorry, I do want to just make sure that that is, we don't have to read it, but make sure that that is indeed the Chariot, because like I said, these are new cards and it is the Chariot, and we kept getting the 7s. Okay, your reading is very synchronistic here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what's happening? Well, fresh start, birth. You are being given an opportunity here to be reborn, and you could be going through a spiritual awakening of sorts, okay? And what's going to happen here, because I don't know if you've gone through a dark night of the soul, but pile number 1, without totally giving it away, was kind of right in the middle of dark times, okay? So I don't know if you've experienced dark times so much, or you've already gone through dark times, but I'm feeling like you're feeling very peaceful here to me. And I feel like this is probably part 2 of the of pile 1, which is kind of now entering another phase. But if you're not resonating with that, then don't worry about it. What I feel is happening here is you're opening up to the next level of your spiritual awakening, which is really seeing truths for what they are, really leaning into intuition, really leaning into value of what you identify as value, what you identify for yourself as something that is true. And this is changing everything in your life, from the people you interact with, to a new way of seeing these people, to you being guided towards where you're supposed to be going. And if you've been feeling kind of stuck, if you've been feeling really stuck and maybe even depressed or kind of in the void, which is sometimes the energy we sit in after we've gone through a spiritual awakening shift or a dark night of the soul of sorts, then after the void, we start to get inspired. We start to really drive towards something that is pulling us, like our passions, like something that now we're excited about again. And you could have been out of that energy for quite some time, but I do feel there is this new energy coming in with the Emperor and this Ace of Wands of taking charge, taking your life back, but not trying to control it, but more letting the universe take control, but you kind of allowing yourself to stay balanced, you allowing yourself to engage differently than you have engaged in the universe. This is a whole new life for you. And I feel this is a beautiful energy. Pile number 3, because I feel like you've done so much healing. And this is also bringing in more healing. And this is telling you that your body and your mind and your soul are in a deep healing right now. I feel like everything is kind of coming together for you. And maybe what seemed disjointed is now kind of coming together. And you're now opening the door to your next phase. And where you used to be more in the mind, because I mean, life still has ups and downs, so I'm sure worries still come. But I feel like your engagement with worries, anxiety aren't the same. You're now able to superficially feel the worry coming in or the anxiety, but you can find a place of peace and groundedness within your body, within your heart, within yourself, your authentic self, that allows you to get grounded, that allows you to know that love is your guiding sort of light here. You're allowing life to unfold here in a way without hanging on. Let everything that wants to go, go, and everything that wants to come, come. I don't feel like you're hanging on to things here. I feel like you're actually allowing things to unfold. Protection from a powerful friend. I feel like you're definitely being protected here by spirits, but I feel like you could have had an energy of someone supporting you throughout your journey here, somebody who has been very loyal to you. And it could very well be that this connection, this relationship might be morphing in some way, because I do feel like someone is leaving your life, or at least this part of how you perceive this person or how you engaged with this person is no longer the same. It's now morphing into something else. So not necessarily this person is leaving so much, but I feel like there's a change and a shift here from someone who has been there maybe since before this sort of shift with you. And where you were confused, where you were lost, where you needed guidance, where you were not clear, I feel like is now going to not worry you. It's not going to concern you. I feel like you're going to be not focused on trying to control things or identify things or get lost in your mind. I feel like you're able to work with what is unclear, to allow it to be unclear if that's what it is, and work with things that are clear to allow you to move forward with what is. Like, I feel like there is a next level sort of spiritual awakening happening here. And if you haven't experienced the dark night of the soul and been on your journey for quite some time, I am also feeling for somebody here that this could be you now entering this beautiful gift of a dark night of the soul that will allow you to then transform into all these wonderful things that I'm talking about. But you might be at the very beginning of your journey. Okay, so if you are at the very beginning of your journey, all these things that are going to unfold in the next little while might seem very chaotic and crazy for you, but there is big lessons here. And the biggest lesson is lesson in self and undoing any sort of conditioning that has been done through your upbringing, through society, through family, through schooling, through media, through whatever environments you've been in order to find your authentic self, which is the truest gift here. This is very similar to 1. So I would suggest you go to 1 because you're probably kind of right before experiencing all that. But for the majority of you guys, I feel like you've experienced the triggering of the spiritual awakening and the dark night of the soul in the past, and now you're entering this next phase. You're now walking into a new phase. And as you have learned, because I think I need to prepare you for this, this door is going to open up this new sort of discovery for you. But look at behind, there's a bunch of forest, and in the forest, muddled, unclear thinking. So you might have to navigate through muddled, unclear thinking for some time. And you're thinking, great, I just kind of came out of that. But no, but now, as you navigate this, it's a different sort of energy. Because now you allow things that aren't meant for you to go. You don't hang on to it. You're able to use what you've experienced in the past as wisdom to guide you through the uncertainty, because I feel like there's still uncertainty. I feel like you might still get some worry and some anxiety coming through, but now you're able to navigate through this with the lessons. You reframe sort of what's coming to your mind. You're now saying, this is happening for me, not to me. I'm no longer a victim here. I'm able to navigate with this with confidence, successfully, as long as I remain balanced. I don't rush things, and I stay upright here, because if we get too much into one sort of side, which could be, our shadow self, which is our ego, and we let our ego take the wheel, then the chariot starts to topple. But if we can remain aware of our ego, stay present, stay conscious, and stay balanced, and allow divine timing to navigate through, we can become successful towards what we passionately want to pursue here. But I feel like for those of you guys who have not experienced the awakening just yet, it is coming, and you could be in the early stages of it. So it might get very frightening. You might be very confused. You might get lost in your mind. You might, not know exactly up from down. So just know that you're going through a rebirth here. Don't get stuck in the past. Allow yourself to release anything that doesn't serve you, okay? Because I'm getting those 2 messages for both of you guys. So let's pull final messages here. Beautiful pile 3. This is a beautiful message for you. You've gone through quite a bit, and you're now navigating this new, we're getting a peek here. I want to see, like, maybe you've been waiting for this sort of point in time when this period, this void, or this sort of energy was going to go away. With the crown chakra, this is really being able to work with the divine, understanding all the downloads that you're getting from spirit, and implementing this great divine wisdom, and integrating that in your 3D world, which is all what this is about. Ready to enter the world again. Maybe you've been a recluse. Maybe you've been pulled away. Yeah, and now you're ready to move forward like the chariot to be successful. So let's get final words for pile number 3, Spirit. What is this all about? This beautiful manifestation, this divine timing for pile number 3. Anything that is unclear to them at this time that I can communicate. Thank you so, so much. Okay, quite a bit. Let's see what we have. We have the star. I believe that's the star. Let me see. Sorry, guys. New deck, so I want to make sure. And the star is a traditional. Yes, okay. Some of the cards here might have different meanings, and I don't want to give you the wrong meaning, although we are reading intuitively. So the star here, again, I was seeing star with Aquarius. Star is all about hope, healing, going after our desires, our long-term wishes being granted. Source of fire. This is the Queen of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Beautiful. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Let's see. The wheel, it's just called, okay. Purpose in this one. So purpose, being given purpose, which is all about this spiritual awakening. We have the Sun. And this one came out for pile 1 as well, I believe. We have the Devil. We have, again, the Hierophant, which was learning. Very powerful because we had education here. And we have, well, this isn't the Chariot. This is the Hangman. Okay, sorry, Hangman. And this is a special card in the tarot pack. This is about connecting to your soul purpose, your authentic self. It is after the World card, so it came out for pile 1. I do feel there's a connection here, and I don't know how, if it's before or after, but some of you guys are called to read 1, or go take a listen to 1. So after we've transformed, we've shed all sort of conditioning, we then become open and receptive to our authentic self. We get closer to source. We feel and understand who we are and what we are about. And it is completely different in some cases than who we thought we were. With the Hangman, we see things completely different. Okay, this is giving me duality though. The black, the white. And there could certainly be an understanding of not seeing a right and a wrong, or a duality, and now kind of seeing us as all being one, seeing things as they are, and not attributing either, you know, some sort of negative sort of connotation to an experience, but just experiencing as it is. This is what this is about. No, sorry, this one here. This is happening for me, not to me. Allowing things to unfold as they do, not attributing some negative energy. But I feel like you are seeing things completely different, and it could have been completely polarized to how you've seen things in the past. So I feel like what you're manifesting here is great joy and abundance. We have the Star and the Sun. Like, you can't get greater than this. This is wishes coming true. This is everything you could ever have hoped for. And being able to see very clearly what you want for yourself. This is enlightenment. This is joy, contentment. So I feel like you're bringing in joy, you're bringing in abundance, you're magnetizing this, you're bringing it in with the law of attraction, with your manifestation, with your ability to not be perceiving things in a way that would negatively, energetically keep things out. The Queen of Wands brings things to her. She doesn't chase, she manifests, she brings life and energy to her. Now, we are seeing the Devil here, and this Devil we read for pile 1 is all about the transformation and being able to let go of things, mindsets and things that are keeping us back from our transformation, and allowing ourselves to be receptive to what is and what wants to come in. So I feel like the hard lesson here has been releasing, has been freeing yourself from things. But I do feel like there is a passion, a desire with both the Queen of Fire and the Devil coming out, and the Star and the Sun. This is intense, powerful energy of something you are bringing and manifesting towards you. And I feel like the time is now with this wheel, with the divine timing. This is purpose, your life purpose. The reason why you've experienced what you have experienced here is now coming to the surface. You're now being aware of what this was all for. This is happening for me, not to me. So things are finally spinning now again, and maybe where you were in the void, feeling stuck, feeling stagnant, you're now walking through that door. You're now entering into a new phase. And I feel like with the Hierophant, this is now planting the roots of what you actually value. This is actually taking what you've experienced here throughout your awakening, if you will, and understanding your new perspective on life and making new traditions, new values, new greater commitments you have to yourself. This is, when we say a greater level of commitment, this is like, how do you value love? How do you value family? What does sexuality mean to you? What does a life partner mean to you? Or what does your own sort of value with self and love and self-worth mean to you? Like, this is a very powerful, powerful card right below the Wheel of Fortune. And we had commitment here. The Hierophant's all about commitment. So I feel like you're dedicating yourself to your life purpose. You're dedicating yourself to your life's calling. You're dedicating yourself to something. It could be something that is completely opposite than what you ever expected. Maybe you never suspected it, but it is your authentic calling. This is what you're now seeing as your true authentic self, your what you value for yourself. And it hasn't been programmed or conditioned. It's something you came to uncover on your own. If you're resonating with not having gone through all of the dark night of the soul and the spiritual awakening, this is kind of where you're headed. Once you experience what you need to go through and all the parts of the journey that lead you to this. Because sometimes we want an understanding of where's it all leading us to. I do want to read this. I read that for pile 1. But I do feel it is quite powerful in this spread. So I will read it for you, for those of you guys who aren't going to be checking out. Pile 1 is quite short. So the sacred cosmic self. When darkness holds the space for light and light rejoices in darkness, it is time for you to make your way home. It is time to return to the inner sweetness of your child self. Open your heart to the wisdom and the divine magic that you are connected to something that is beyond, but that is also within. Surrender any pain or shame or doubt, for these are simply illusions. Lift your face to the stars and remember that you are the invocation. You are the blessing. You are the sacred light. Rejoice. I am the blessing. I am the sacred light. Purpose. All right. Beautiful pile number 3. This is a beautiful reading. These were intense readings. I hope you liked it. If you're called to pile 1 or any of the other piles, go check that out. And I will see you soon. Bye.